Shalom. Leviticus chapter 4. And Yahu'ah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Yisrael, saying, When a being sins by mistake against any of the commandments of Yahu'ah, which are not to be done, and shall do any of them, if the appointed priest sins, bringing guilt on the people, then he shall bring to Yahu'ah for his sin which he has sinned a young bull, a perfect one, as a sin offering. And he shall bring the bull to the door of the tent of appointment before Yahu'ah, and shall lay his hand on the bull's head, and slay the bull before Yahu'ah. And the anointed priest shall take some of the bull's blood, and bring it to the tent of appointment. And the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before Yahu'ah in front of the veil of the set-apart place. And the priest shall put some of the blood on the horns of the slaughter place of sweet incense before Yahu'ah, which is in the tent of appointment, and pour all the blood of the bull at the base of the slaughter place as the ascending offering, which is at the door of the tent of appointment. Then he takes all the fat of the bull as the sin offering, the fat that covers the entrails, and all the fat which is on the entrails, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the loins, and the appendage on the liver, which he removes from the kidneys, as it was taken from the bull of the slaughtering of peace offerings, and the priest shall burn them on the slaughter place of the ascending offering. But the skin of the bull, and all its flesh, with its head and legs, its entrails and dung, all of the bull he shall bring outside the camp to a clean place, where the ashes are poured out, and burn it on wood with fire. Where the ashes are poured out, it is burned. And if the entire congregation of Yisrael strays by mistake, and the matter has been hidden from the eyes of the assembly, and they have done against any of the commandments of Yahu'ah, which are not to be done, and shall be guilty. When the sin which they have sinned becomes known, then the assembly shall bring a young bull for sin, and bring it before the tent of appointment. And the elders of the congregation shall lay their hands on the head of the bull before Yahu'ah, and the bull shall be slain before Yahu'ah. And the appointed priest shall bring some of the bull's blood to the tent of appointment, and the priest shall dip his finger in the blood, and sprinkle it 7 times before Yahu'ah in front of the veil, and put some blood on the horns of the slaughter place, which is before Yahu'ah, which is in the tent of appointment, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place of ascending offering, which is at the door of a tent of appointment. Then he takes all the fat from it, and shall burn it on the slaughter place. And he shall do with the bull as he did with the bull as a sin offering. And so shall he do it. And the priest shall make atonement for them, and it shall be forgiven them. And he shall bring the bull outside the camp, and burn it as he burned the first bull. It is a sin offering for the assembly. When a ruler sins, and by mistake has done against any of the commands of Yahu'ah, his alua which are not to be done, and shall be guilty. Or if his sin which has been sinned is made known to him, then he shall bring as his offering a buck of the goats, a male, a perfect one. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the goat, and slay it at the place where they slay the ascending offerings before Yahu'ah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and he shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of the ascending offering, and pour its blood at the base of the slaughter place of the ascending offering. And burn all its fat on the slaughter place, like the fat of the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin, and it shall be forgiven him. And if any being of the people of the land sins by mistake, by doing against any of the commandments of which Yahu'ah are not to be done, shall be guilty. Or if his sin which he has sinned shall be made known to him, then he shall bring as his offering a female goat, a perfect one, for his sin which he has sinned. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering, and slay the sin offering at the place of the sending offering. And the priest shall take some of its blood with his finger, and shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of ascending offerings, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place. Then remove all its fat, as fat is removed from the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it on the slaughter place for a sweet fragrance to Yahu'ah. And the priest shall make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. And if he brings a lamb as a sin offering, he brings a female, a perfect one. And he shall lay his hand on the head of the sin offering, and slay it as a sin offering at the place where they slay the ascending offerings. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the sin offering with his finger, and shall put it on the horns of the slaughter place of ascending offerings, and pour all the blood at the base of the slaughter place. Then he removes all its fat, as the fat of the lamb is removed from the slaughtering of the peace offerings. And the priest shall burn it on the slaughter place according to the fire offerings to Yahu'ah. So the priest shall make atonement for his sin that he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him. Leviticus chapter 5. And when a being sins in that he has heard the voice of swearing, and is a witness, or has seen, or has known, but does not reveal it, he shall bear his crookedness. Or when a being touches any unclean matter, or the carcass of an unclean beast, or the carcass of an unclean livestock, or the carcass of unclean creeping creatures, and it has been hidden from him, he is unclean and guilty. Or when he touches uncleanness of man, any of his uncleanness by which he is unclean, and it has been hidden from him, when he shall know it, then he shall be guilty. Or when a being swears, speaking rashly with his lips, to do evil or to do good, whether it is that a man swears rashly with an oath, and it has been hidden from him, when he shall know it, then he shall be guilty of one of these. And it shall be, when he is guilty of one of these, that he shall confess that in which he has sinned, and shall bring his guilt offering of Yahu'ah to Yahu'ah for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a female goat, as a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin. And if he is unable to bring a lamb, then he shall bring to Yahu'ah, he who has sinned, 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, one for a sin offering and the other for an ascending offering. And he shall bring them to the priest, who shall bring near that which is for the sin offering first, and nib off his head from its neck, but not sever it. And he shall sprinkle some of the blood of the sin offering on the side of the slaughter place, and the rest of the blood shall be drained out at the base of the slaughter place. It is a sin offering. And he shall prepare the second as an ascending offering, according to the right ruling, and the priest shall make atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be given him. And if he is unable to bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he who has sinned shall bring for his offering 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a sin offering. He puts no oil on it, nor does he put any frankincense on it, for it is a sin offering. And he shall bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his hand with it as a remembrance portion, and burn it on the slaughter place according to the offerings made by fire to Yahu'ah. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him, for his sin that he has sinned in any of these, and it shall be forgiven him, and it shall be the priest like a grain offering. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, when a being commits a trespass, and has sinned by mistake against the set apart matters of Yahuwah, then he shall bring to Yahuwah as a guilt offering a ram, a perfect one from the flock, with your valuation in shekels of silver according to the shekel of the set apart place, as a guilt offering. And he shall make good for the sin that he has done against that which is set apart, and shall add 1/5 to it and give it to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering, and it shall be forgiven him. And when any being sins and has done what is not to be done against any of the commands of Yahuwah, though he knew it not, he shall be guilty and shall bear his crookedness. Then he shall bring to the priest a ram, a perfect one from the flock, with your valuation, as a guilt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for his mistake he committed unintentionally, though he did not know it, and he shall be forgiven him. It is a guilt offering. He was truly guilty before Yahuwah. Leviticus chapter 6. And when Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, when any being sins and committed a trespass against Yahuwah, and has lied to his neighbor about a deposit, or about a pledge, or about a robbery, or shall extort from his neighbor, or has found what was lost and has lied concerning it, or did swear falsely, so that he sins in regard to any of these that a man does, then it shall be, when he sins and shall be guilty, that he shall return what he took by robbery or what he extorted for the deposit which he deposited with him, or the lost item which he found, or all that which he swore falsely. He shall repay its total value, add 1/5 more to it, and give it to whom it belongs on the day of his guilt offering. Then he brings his guilt offering to Yahuwah, a ram, a perfect one, from the flock with your valuation, as a guilt offering to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him before Yahuwah, and he shall be forgiven for whatever he did that made him guilty. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, command Aaron and his sons, saying, this is the Torah of the ascending offering. This is the ascending offering, because it is burned on the slaughter place all night until morning, and the fire of the slaughter place is kept burning on it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and put his linen trousers on his body, You shall take up the ashes of the ascending offering which the fire has consumed on the slaughter place, and shall put them beside the slaughter place. And he shall take off his garments and put on the other garments, and shall bring the ashes outside the camp to a clean place. And the fire on the slaughter place is kept burning on it, it is not put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and arrange the ascending offering on it, and shall burn on it the fat of the peace offerings. Fire is continually kept burning on the slaughter place, it is not put out. And this is the Torah of the grain offering. The sons of Aaron shall bring it near before Yahu'ah, in front of the slaughter place. And it shall take from it with his hand from the fine flour of the grain offering, and from its oil and the frankincense which is on the grain offering, and shall burn it on the slaughter place for a sweet fragrance as its remembrance portion to Yahu'ah. That Aaron and his sons shall eat the rest of it. It is eaten with unleavened bread. It is the set apart place. In the set apart place, They eat in the courtyard of the tent of appointment. It is not baked with leaven. I have given it to them as their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most set apart, like the sin offering and the guilt offering. All the males among the children of Aaron eat it, a law forever in your generations concerning the offerings made by fire to Yahu'ah. All that touches them is to be set apart. And Yahu'ah spoke to Moshe, saying, This is the offering of Aaron and his sons, which they bring near to Yahu'ah, beginning on the day which he is anointed. 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a continual grain offering, half of it in the morning and half of it in the evening. It is made on a griddle with oil. Bring it in mixed. Bring the baked portions of the grain offering near, a sweet fragrance to Yahu'ah. And the anointed priest from among his sons, who is in his place, prepares it, a law forever to Yahu'ah. All of it has to be burned, and every grain offering for the priest is completely burned. It is not eaten. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the Torah of the sin offering. In the place where the sending offering is slain, and the sin offering is slain before Yahuwah, it is most set apart. The priest who is making atonement eats it. It is a set apart place. It is eaten in the courtyard of the tent of appointment. All that touches its flesh is to be set apart, and when its blood is sprinkled on any garment, you wash that on which it was sprinkled in a set apart place. But in the earthen vessel in which it is cooked to be broken, and if it is cooked in a bronze pot, then it is scored and rinsed in water. Every male among the priests eats it. It is most set apart. And no sin offering from which any of the blood is brought into the tent of appointment to make atonement in this set apart place is eaten. It is burned with fire.